So the other day, I had a student that had a meltdown, and I knew the student's background. I don't always know what's gone on and what goes on, but I can just kind of assume based off of behaviors. And I'm the music teacher, but again, more than music, I want to love these kids so much. I just want to love them. I just want them to know they're special. And if I looked at this kid like they're an inconvenience to me because they are freaking out, and if I just, get, and, and I'm going to be honest, sometimes my mind goes there. But I'm not going to do them any favors. And if I'm going to do anything, it's probably going to steer them in the opposite direction of where I want them to go. Teaching needs to be about relationships, because if there isn't any relationships in there, if I do not care about my kids, then then they are going to suffer more than me, and I'm going to suffer. And I'm not going to look at it as like a beautiful thing that I get to do. I'm going to look at it as as a job, as like oh, here we go. I care about them. And I want to spend time with them and get to know them. My principal in another school said, just spend 2 minutes with them. 2 minutes with 10 kids if you can. Go grab them, spend 2 minutes with them, and have nothing to be talked about except what they want to talk about. Ask them questions about themselves. It doesn't even matter if they don't say anything. Throw them a piece of candy and, but you are creating relationships with them. You're getting to know them. And then my last 2 cents about teaching and kids here is pray for those ones that you struggle with. Pray for them. Pray that God gives you the patience and the love that you need for that kid, because when you start praying those prayers, they align so much to what God wants you to do in that situation and to be in front of those kids. And it changes a lot. The closer I am to Jesus, the more I pray for these kids, the more love gets put into my heart for them. And like when this kid was crying, I wanted to tear up with her. Like I was like, I'm so sorry. I love like this, like the thoughts, instead of like, what you're supposed to do. It's like, this isn't you. This isn't you. This isn't my, and then say the name of the student. This isn't you. I know I know who you can be. And sometimes that alone can just bring tears. And like for the kids that are not used to hearing that, it's just silence and just shaking their head. And it's like, well, I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that as often as I possibly can. And it just gets to be a really cool thing. So I just wanted to share that with anybody struggling in teaching. People are leaving teaching because just getting burnt out. And I will tell you, it is hard, and I understand. But pray for these kids and just watch what God does. It's pretty cool.